So the most positive man that we know is one of the new pink diamonds in my team, and that of course is my boy Magical Johnson, the 6'9" phenom up in here. And you gotta tell me who's your starting point guard. Very curious to know. And if you guys could do me one big favor, like the video, it helps out a ton. Let's aim for 69 likes. See what I did there? I know you guys can do it. And of course we gotta cover all the new players, because there's actually one card that 2K is adding that I feel like every single person needs to get, and you'll see what I mean. But of course we gotta get started with Magical Johnson, my boy, the Laker legend. This man just won another championship ring thanks to the Dodgers. He's just collecting all the rings right now. So you can see 6 and 9 points got up in here. Magical Johnson. I have his Ruby. You know, Ruby magical greatness up in here. I wonder if he's going to be needed for an exchange, because 2K again is back at it again with more exchanges, more wall gems, and Magic Johnson is a pink diamond wall gems card. However, though, there's more that 2K is releasing, and let me show you guys exactly what 2K obviously revealed, and let me pull it up, and bang, there we go. So we got Magical Johnson, but also we got Mitchell Robinson, Carolina of all people, but most importantly, look at my boy Egor. Hopefully I'm saying his name correctly. Egor, you know, he definitely is going to be a must-have card in my team. Now, you guys know how wall gems, you know, like, it's basically super packs, right? Magic Johnson's going to be there, less than 1% chance. Same with Wemby, Sean Kemp, and then they have the exchanges, which the exchanges I feel like have been getting better. Like, we're getting another center instead of another shooting guard. You guys remember we had, like, I think it was last year, right? It was just a shooting guard after shooting guard after shooting guard after shooting guard. And this time around, we have like 3 straight centers. Even though I just realized we've also had 3 straight top point guards too. Jokic, Magic, Penny Hardaway. So you can tell 2K is going all in right now with the size. Tell me the tallest player that you have right now, because this is definitely the earliest we have ever seen, you know, super tall players. Magic Johnson doesn't come out until like near, you know, Christmas or Thanksgiving. So we're definitely getting these taller players sooner than later, which obviously more size equals more cheese. But Mitchell Robinson is another center, and I feel like I would rather have more big guys than guards out there, and the fact that he's actually going to be obtainable, I think, is definitely a good addition. Carolina is going to be super hard to get, and then my boy Egor right here. The reason that I'm hyping him up is because they're dropping Magic Johnson in packs less than 1%, obviously. If you want to spend thousands of dollars for a chance, then, you know, you do what you want to do, right? But my boy right here, man, he is going to be elite. And the reason I say that is because if you don't know, he actually is, well, let me show you, because I got to go into the collection. He's the same size as Magic Johnson. Look at this. 6'9". 2K's actually giving you, to a certain extent, like, you know, they're like, hey, you want to spend money? Here's Magic Johnson, 6'9". He'll be good, right? It's one of the best point guards in the game easily. But if you can't spend money and you don't want to, here's a 6'9" budget point guard, and every single person needs to get him. Obviously, he is going to be through the exchange, so you are going to need, you know, some lower tier cards. But the fact that he's an amethyst, every single person is going to be running with a 6'9" demigod, and I like that. I like being able to have an option between, like, okay, budget side, and then, you know, free to play, pay to win, right? Even though it's not really pay to win because it's a less than 1% chance, so, like, it's really gamble to win, you know what I'm saying? And so Magical Johnson, again, going to be one of the best point guards. But my boy Egor is going to be taking over the My Team streets in Park, salary cap, the budget teams, the no money spent teams. And I'm definitely going to get him for sure. Carolina, I would love to have, but you guys know the P9s are hard to get. Mitchell Robinson, though, again, another center. I do like the fact that they're adding centers, because the exchange right now, if you guys have been keeping up with everything, you know, we had Sengun, DeAndre Ayton, now we got ourselves, you know, Mitchell. I wonder if Mitchell's going to be good, just because I want to double check. How tall is he again? Because isn't he also a 7-footer? Let me just confirm with Mitchell Robinson up in here. You guys also got to tell me, like, what do you think about 2K kind of switching up the wall gems from how they were? You remember when they dropped, like, all 5 of them at the same time, and it was, like, freaking crazy? It was wild. So, yeah, he is a 7-footer. If they give him a 3-ball, I think he's going to be elite, you know what I mean? Especially as a center. Again, they're giving us centers, bro. When have you ever seen 2K release multiple centers? One after the other, after the other, after the other. I do like centers. I do like it. Obviously, the pack outs still got to get better. Exchanges got to be more manageable. Obviously, there's still more things 2K can improve on. But I do like getting centers. And then my boy Carolina, I mean... oh, man, this Carolina reminds me of the 2K19 Carolina. Also 6'9", by the way. So, a lot of size. He's going to be elite. He's going to be nasty. He's going to be 6'9", so He's gonna be good, but again, gonna be hard to get. And I'm really hoping 2K like eventually starts making some of those P90 exchanges easier to get to. And like I said earlier, they kind of like switch it up sometimes. So I'm hoping that, you know, Karolinko is kind of like Desmond Bain in the sense of like you don't need anything too crazy, you know, since they are adding Magic Johnson, of course. But knowing them, they're probably gonna do it kind of like Penny, where, you know, Penny did require a point guard Wild Gems Pink Diamond card, so Karolinko might require a small forward Pink Diamond Wild Gems. That's obviously speculation. We don't know for sure, but it'll definitely require some players and stuff like that. Hopefully, though, they do go the Desmond Bain routes. I prefer players being like this, where you don't need a certain specific player. You know, like you wouldn't need, you know, let's say like a Karl Malone. That's the first Jazz player that came to mind, like Karl Malone for Karolinko, right? I'm hoping they just go this route where it's just random amethyst, random diamonds. I mean, one diamond versus one specific P9 and Wild Gems card. Yeah, I'd rather do like Desmond Bain versus Penny, but knowing 2K Karolinko's pretty good, so they'll probably do Penny. Or maybe they'll do a mix of both, right? So P9s, obviously still gonna be hard to get, but then the diamonds have been very accessible for most people. 10 golds for Sengun. The only reason I haven't gotten him is because obviously you guys know with everything that's been going on in 2K and my team, I kind of like took a break in terms of like playing it, but now I'm back to playing it again. You know, I'm level 20 more levels and I'm gonna get level 40, so I'm gonna start getting some of these cards as well to bring you guys more videos and more videos and more videos. And so with DeAndre Ayton and Sengun, I'm expecting Mitchell to be something similar, where you're gonna need some sapphires, rubies, and they're really not hard to get compared to like the pink diamonds. Obviously the market is gonna switch, you know, and change and just basically, you know, go up with the players you need for Mitchell once the player is out, which will be tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out in the auction house for those cards right there. That way, you know, the sooner you buy them, the better, because they're definitely going to go up in price, but eventually they do drop in value too. So, you know, don't worry about that per se, but obviously you want to be on top of everything. That's why you want to be subscribed with notifications on it. And then, of course, the Amethyst, again, a 6'9" point guard. Everyone's going to be rocking him. He's going to be elite. And they've been making the, you know, Amethyst very easy to get. I mean, Benedict literally only required 13 Wild Gem cards at the gold tier. That's it. And then, of course, Cameron, 25 emeralds. So maybe they'll do sapphires for, maybe they're going up. Even though I think Cameron Johnson came out first, or was it Benedict? I don't remember exactly who came out first, but they switch it up like I said. So when it comes to the Wild Gems market, it's definitely going to get hectic and crazy. Right now, people are already buying the cards, obviously, when it comes to that. But at the same time, though, again, like I mentioned earlier, I like the fact that 2K is adding, like, a budget card. So, you know, they should have done that with Wemby. They should have dropped, like, a 7-foot, like, 3 Porzingis as a budget card. I think that would have been great. Like, it's an Amethyst. I think 2K should definitely continue doing more stuff like this. That way you have the pay-to-win, free-to-play option, and then you can combine whatever you want to combine, right? And so these are going to be the new players, guys. You gotta tell me what you think about it, and definitely stay tuned for more. In the meantime, check out the other videos I've been uploading, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.